listener. Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guide and Light. I'm just going to be very brief. This reading, actually, I was supposed to have released yesterday, but sometimes, and I was trying really, really hard to get my application to be able to record the reading and release it, but unfortunately, I was having technical difficulties. Not me, the application. And I'm starting to realize to not force things. So that's part of the message is not forcing things. But let's get to the message. Let me tell you what came out in your reading. Was the Death card came out, and then it was followed by the Three of Swords, and the third card was the Lovers. Anytime the Lovers come out, that lets me know that there is a choice. That represents choice. Okay? Choice. As well as the ninth house deals with choices. And I believe, who's in the ninth house? I can't recall right now. But the ninth house deals with spirit, choices, balance as well. Let me see. The 12th house is Pisces. The 11th house is Aquarius. The 10th house is Capricorn. And the 9th house, it got to be Sagittarius fire energy. It has to be. If it's not, let me know. Because I don't want to give information. So you can look it up and see what zodiac sign is in the 9th house. Okay? And that will let you know the energy of the Lovers. The Lovers card, which represents choice. Okay, so immediately when the Death card came out, it let me know that there was an ending to something. Okay, just a little FYI. Also, another card that represents endings is, I believe, the Nine of Swords represents endings as well. But let's get back to the Death card. So there's this ending. And then there's the Three of Swords. Three of Swords deals with third-party energy. It deals with heartbreak, disappointment, matters of the heart. So you have a choice, okay? The overall message is you have a choice. The choice is yours, meaning you have options as well as choices. You have a choice to continue heartache and disappointment. Right? You can end that now. Some of you are in the process. You're gearing yourself up. You are planning. You are planning to end the mess. You are planning to end disappointment. You're tired of disappointing yourself. And within that is taking your time and not rushing things, right? Sometimes that's what happens when you rush things don't go accordingly. And what I've learned in the past 24 hours is that, because, I'm guilty by association. I'm not perfect. I can literally know that a person is not right for me and still try to work with them because I know that I could be a difficult person in some certain circumstances. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't want to believe what's being presented, so we stay in a situation to give the situation the opportunity to shift in the way that we want it, not to control it. Let me give you a better example. Let's speak of a person, okay? Let's say a person is one-sided. They just do not see your point of views. They don't care about your goals and ambitions. All they're doing is thinking about themselves, right? So instead of ending this connection and taking your time to connect with other people or another individual who will be interested in your goals and your dreams, or just you as an individual, you know what I mean? Instead of dealing with someone who is not going to be supportive, okay? All they think about is me, 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 me. Okay? Some of us stay in those situations because we don't want to put in the work to find someone who is actually aligned with us. who actually gets us, who gives 100 as you give 100. We don't do 50-50 in this community. We don't do I do 50, you do 50. No, we do 100. Point blank period. You're going to keep your independence. They're going to have their independence, and you come together as a support team, a support system. So some of you are gearing yourselves, right? You're getting that motivation to do what you have to do, right? So that you can have a fulfillment. Others of you are I don't want to say a getaway, but that is underneath it, because I was supposed to have said it 3 times and I didn't, because this is not somebody like running away from a situation. No, you're not trying to think of a master plan to get away. No, you technically have your freedom, but your emotions is in the way, because you may be questioning yourself, like, is there something wrong with you? No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just this thing called, being pulled on your heartstrings. And, not wanting to put in the work to go to someone that's willing to extend those strings, not pull on them. You know what I mean? It's like a piano. You got to tighten them up. A guitar, you got to tighten them up. And every now and then, they're going to break. And you got to be prepared to maintenance. You know what I mean? The music of your life. Okay? And we want the music, the sound that's coming from your life. I know some of y'all is rebels. So, it's loud. Not loud in a, I don't want to hear it loud, but it's like, I'm hearing some of y'all just want to scream. You get what I'm saying? A person just makes you want to scream. And that's why I said I'm guilty of association. Because within the past, I got put into a situation, or I put myself in a situation to where it ended up in a result where my thoughts were not good thoughts. You know what I mean? Not in a sense of insecurities, thinking negative, like where it would devalue myself. No, I'm talking about like keeping yourself in a situation to where you end up becoming the old person that you used to be. And I'm like, no, I cannot. I work too hard to become the person that I am now, to sit here and go backwards to something that's actually low vibe and low class, not even my status. So, and that's not pride or ego. It's like when you know your value and your worth, and there's no need for you to, and I'm speaking to myself. I told myself yesterday, I said, I'm not going to sit here and devalue myself. And it does sound cocky, but it's like, if you're dealing with a low-class person who got a high-class mind, but they action is not high-class, like, get out of here. Like, let me give you an example. So, I have this person, right? And if you telling me that you're trying to build yourself, because I like to eat, okay? And the way I eat, baby, your whole paycheck might be just to pay for the way that I eat. And I'm not boasting. I'm giving you a little piece of me. So, I was like, hold on, I'm trying to get this out so it don't sound like gossip and it don't sound messy. So I was being considerate because an individual told me that they're, in the process of building themselves up, and, they have to save and all these things, right? And I'm like, I'm being inconsiderate. So I'm like, well, we don't have to pay for dinner and stuff like that. I know how to whip something up. You know what I mean? That's gonna be good. So don't laugh. So I was like, well, let's get some, I said raviolis, but they have like these pasta things in a can, right? Yes, it has a lot of salt, but we was gonna cook that down. So anywho, they was like, no, like, and so they said, let's get food from this place. I want to say the place, but I'm not. And I was like, whatever you want, that's fine. And the place that they chose, I'm like, really? Really? I didn't even say, I did say something, but it was like, This is not I'm not trying to control this situation. It's something I want out of this situation. I'm gonna get what I want out of this situation. This is why I'm here, to get something out of the situation. So I'm going to compromise, right? So I wanted to get some like pasta in a can, but I was gonna whip it up, you know what I mean, with some cream, some mixed aged cheeses, and really do the shebang on it, you know what I mean? But anywho, the story out of what I was explaining to you is, not only when you think you know somebody, when they show you who you are, I always say this, you'll hear me say this a lot, believe them. Especially when certain people, I say this, certain people who got a high class mindset but low budget, basically, you don't sit here and fight for somebody that's struggling. Find somebody that's 50-50. Don't you find you 100. Okay? If you can find you 1,000, this is somebody who ain't gonna invade on your life, nothing. They gonna tell you what it is, straight point blank, why they want the connection, and they're gonna be committed to why they want the connection. They gonna make that happen. There's no worries, there's no doubt, there's no combativeness, nothing like that. Now 100, it does take work. It takes work. It takes work, but it shouldn't feel like work. You both show up for each other. It's like, that's the work. That's the only thing that feels kind of like work, is having to show up for somebody as they show up for you. Making time. Time does not have to be a whole day. It doesn't have to be 5 hours. It could literally be 15 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Especially if y'all making boss moves. Are trying to, improve your lifestyle or your situation, your home status, things like that, your credit, whatever. You know what I mean? You don't want to deal with nobody that's holding you back. You don't want to deal with nobody who's just stuck in one area in their life and that's all they focus on. Like, seriously. Hopefully you got something out of that. I kind of went on a 360. But either than that, you have a choice. You have a choice. First, there's the disappointment. You have the choice to continue to be disappointed. You have the choice to move forward. You have choices. You have options. So you have options, and through those options, you have the choice, regardless if there's people, places, or things. Okay, that's pretty much it. Hello, Hera. How's everybody doing? I appreciate y'all showing up for me. I hope you appreciate me showing up for you. There are some Next 72s available on YouTube. Go check those out. If you don't resonate with them, don't force them. I'm always tell you that. Do not force any readings. Okay? If you don't resonate with them, you do not resonate with them. Some of you, you resonate with they're not your life. They're the lives of others that you associate yourself with, and you're seeing this shit play out, like, for real. It's like, yo, man, no, like, don't invade, because then basically you don't want to be in the middle of something that don't got nothing to do with you. But either than that, what's going on, all of my earth, air, fire, and water signs, sending love to you. If no one has told you that they love you, I love you dearly from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully you receive that energy. Either than that, don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle, until we meet again.